So now let's look at the George Samuelson lock, George lock, Samuelson lock, whatever you want to call it, you're going to be absolutely right because that's always the goal. This combines concepts using a cross sistema as well as partial concepts of an inverted aoki that allows us greater accessibility to take the back, set more traps for my training partner, as well as directly attack the foot, the ankle, and the knee. So the nice thing about this is we just saw with using that aoki from the De La Riva hook, we ended up controlling right around the toes. So we're not directly on the toes, we're right around it. So that way, if he goes to move away, I can control where this foot's gonna move. So when I'm in this position, I'm gonna wanna be able to look at, again, if I'm low, it's gonna make it harder for me to get to that estema, but it allows me to get to that reverse toe hold. From this kind of position, what I'm gonna be able to do is take this and go center chest to start. So I'm almost extending myself up. And now what I wanna think is like I'm throwing an uppercut. So what's gonna end up happening is that if I wanna throw an uppercut, I can't throw the uppercut like this way to the camera. I have to rotate my body and pivot through this. So again, if this is me in a low knee cut kind of position and we're playing out of this and I rotate, I wanna be able to start to get this glued. Now again, similar to what we just talked about, maybe I go to my knee, I go to a base, but now we're looking at what grip am I gonna use out of this? I could have a rear naked choke grip. If I have that, I have the ability to hit a rotational finish. Similar, you start to feel it on the foot, out there. If you're somebody that's catching the position to start, and this is my general recommendation, is that we're gonna go to like that gun choke grip, where we're grabbing the front and we're covering right over the malleoli of the ankle. So right over here, so that way if he goes to move on me right now, I have the ability to go ahead, pivot, and adjust. When I get to this position, the big thing out of this is I wanna start to look at trying to move around my training partner. So in this case, I want to move towards his left side. A lot of times when we're looking to pass, we have the ability to hit a leg drag, or if you like professional wrestling, you could put them into a Boston Crab out of this. But what we're looking to do out of this, start to stand and start to pass around. What I want to be able to do is still maintain that this heel is guaranteed to be inside of my chest. And again, I'm just staying with that gun choke grip because what this forces everything to do is have Brandon rotate to his right side. If he tries to start to square up towards me now and he turns, where do you feel most of that pressure? Directly into the knee, because the foot and the ankle have no room to move. So the nice thing about this is I use this to set the position and I start to come down and it's pinning his hip into a degree of internal rotation, but also forcing his weight to turn away from me. The cost of him, let's say go slow out of this, maybe I've gone to that rear naked choker. Try to rotate and a high leg towards me. No, other way towards me, high leg towards me. Where do you feel that? Right in this. So a lot of times people will think, let me try to high leg this leg over. Well, they just did to themselves. Let me go ahead now and try to invert or grab on my leg, underhook my leg. Well, he just did it to himself. Worst case scenario, I don't get the foot lock because again, all the other principles apply. Well, now what he just gave me is ability to immediately pass or possibly take his back.